years of a different government with a different crisis. The comparison shown in this white paper clearly says how, if the government handles it with true sincerity, transparency, and putting the nation first, the results are there for everybody to see. When there was a global financial crisis, and what happened post the COVID shows clearly that if the intent of the government is sincere, if niyat और नियम दोनों सही है तो अच्छा रिजल्ट मिलेगा. जब आपके नियत साफ नहीं है और आपके कार्रवाई भी साफ नहीं है, देश को इतना गंभीर अवस्था में छोड़कर आप चले गए, उसको सही करने में 10 साल माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी मोदी जी का उनके डेडिकेशन के वजह से आज देश उभर कर आ रही है, जो पूरे दुनिया में सम्मान हो रही है.
We have my colleague Himanshu joining us. Himanshu, take us through what took place in Parliament. We just heard Nirmala Sitharaman again reiterating the same point of the 10 years of the UPA that left India in crisis.
Well, we saw the shades of this debate in Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha when the President's address was debated. And on the motion of thanks debate reply, both Prime Minister and other senior NDA ministers have outlined the achievements, the economic achievements of the Modi government. And that is now been documented, and another debate has started in Lok Sabha. What is important is that Finance Minister, while initiating a discussion on white paper, has invoked Rule 342, which does not entail any reply at the end of the debate. That essentially means that the opposition MPs, especially Congress MPs, and the kind of questions they are expected to raise on the white paper that has been moved by FM, FM is not bound to reply on those allegations that are likely to be raised by the opposition benches. Second important thing is that this motion, when a discussion takes place under Rule 342, it does not need to have any voting. That provision doesn't exist in Lok Sabha. That also essentially means that government doesn't have to worry, because this debate, of course, will not end with any vote or a reply by FM to the questions that will be asked. So it's an open-ended discussion, and FM, of course, has outlined the achievements in last 10 years, from the economy becoming the third largest, is in the process of becoming third largest economy in the world, to achievements on the infrastructure front, on social welfare, in power sector, in renewable energy. And this is largely a political debate that we are seeing now in Lok Sabha in run-up to the next Lok Sabha elections.
Himanshu, something that we've seen even the President, at the beginning of the budget session, reiterate and highlight the achievements of the government in the last 10 years, something the Prime Minister has also done in the recently. And then, of course, now the Finance Minister there making comparisons there between the UPA and the NDA. She also went on to compare, the COVID crisis situation with the depression of 2008.
That's right. On the investment front, for instance, Prime Minister had said that in the 10 years of the UPA regime, the total investment on infrastructure was around 12 lakh crores, whereas in last 10 years of Modi government, the total investment is around 44 lakh crore. And he had cited other data to show how India has progressed much faster on the economic front, whether it is investment on infrastructure or the implementation of social welfare policies or the upliftment of the poor. This is another important one of those 4 pillars that Prime Minister had mentioned in his speech. Women, youth power, poverty and farmers. And today, as you see, the decision to give Bharat Ratna to Chaudhry Charan Singh, former Prime Minister, a very prominent Jat and Kisan leader from Western UP, and also the leading agricultural scientist, late M.S. Swaminathan. So, of course, this is again a kind of a political outreach, I will say. And I've been speaking to several ministers after the announcement of Bharat Ratna to Charan Singh and M.S. Swaminathan, Swaminathan, and they said that this is in respect to the hard work that farmers have done, and there is a recognition of the kind of work that farmers have done in nation building, and that's why Prime Minister has announced Bharat Ratna for Chaudhry Charan Singh and MS Swaminathan. So clearly, we do see in run-up to the next Lok Sabha elections a big political debate shaping up, and now we have got enough hints from the government on what issues BJP is going to take to the people during its election campaign ahead of the next Lok Sabha elections.